Welcome to the March 17th, 2022 corporate update for the Panda Pals. PunkPanda Pals, we are ready to go. We're almost where we want to be with this amazing new technology that we're unleashing to the world. What I want to do is introduce myself, T.W. Dawson, CCO, PunkPanda. We have Marcus Schumert. We have Albert Mirror, we have our lead tech advisor, Azim, and what we want to do right now is get right into the updates. But before we do that, jump in the chats, let us know where you're calling in from. I see some people from Disneyland, I see some people from Malaysia, I see some people from South Africa, I see people from all over the world. But what we want to do right now is give it to Marcus and let us start our updates. Take it from here, Marcus.
TW, thank you very much for the great introduction. Welcome to everybody who's listening in live, and welcome to those of you who are watching this recorded playback. Marcus Schubert coming to you from the Gold Coast in Australia. We've actually got a great update. I know a lot of people are waiting on the PandaApp 2.0, so that's what we're going to focus pretty much all of our attention on today, and things are looking good. We'll give you an update on exactly where we are. Now, one thing I've learned in the last 4 months in really dealing with technology, which I didn't know before, is when you say you're going to do something in a certain period of time, it almost never happens. And we're starting to learn it's a bit like being pregnant. You've got a due date, but when that baby's ready, it's going to come. The only difference is sometimes babies come early. But in this case, we're going to let nature take its course, and we're going to explain to you also not only where we are right now with the app, but why we have a 72-hour delay. So let me push up the presentation for everybody and we'll get stuck into it. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of housekeeping. We're going to talk about the beta app shutdown and the PandaApp 2.0. For those of you who have been here with us from the beginning, we started the pre-sale with the tokens at 10 cents, scaled through to $1. Then we even did an extended pre-sale. So right now we're at $1.17 for the token. We've got just over 87,000 registrations on the PunkPanda farm. And of course, when we started at 10 cents, Bitcoin was at 62,000 US dollars. So we're in really good shape. Housekeeping, I just wanted to really, as always, thank the moderators and also the community who are jumping in and answering questions for those people who are not quite up to speed. And people are jumping into the Telegram saying, you know, when's the token listed? When's the app ready? Or why can't I get the one-time PIN? So I just wanted to say the moderators absolutely rock. We can see the key ones here from the last 1 week of statistics: Lara, Robinson, Ronye, and a couple of others there. I'm not sure, one of them might even be just someone who asked a lot of questions. But the Pancake listing still on target for listing mid-April. As we've mentioned, we're going to be putting out the messaging of the encrypted communications and the crypto sports fantasy. We won't be giving the contract address until after we list. And of course, our goal, which we will hit, absolutely, no doubt about it, is to launch the token when we have the fully functional PandaApp 2.0, the fully functional Panda 11 crypto sports fantasy app, and then a big public awareness campaign. And actually next week, we're going to bring on Josh, Jedi Josh, to show you our brand new PunkPanda Farm website. We've actually seen the mock-up version of it yesterday, and it is absolutely sexy. It is very, very impressive. So I can't wait to reveal that to you guys as well. And that's going to be a key piece for our marketing campaign, because of course, one of the first things people do when they hear about a new project is they go straight to the website. So that's kind of going to be almost a first impression for a lot of people. And I know that you guys are absolutely going to be Panda proud of this new website. So I know you guys are ready for the Bentley 2.0. So I'm just pulling up in the Bentley saying, get ready to get in, because we are super close. Now, I just wanted to give you the correct numbers. In fact, I've seen some numbers being thrown around. I know people get excited saying we're at 600,000 members and 650,000 members. In fact, the update just from our CTO today is that we're at 550,000 members right now with the Panda app. Of course, we've got some other members with the Panda 11, but I just know that marketers can get excited, and I want to make sure that the information is always accurate and we're not kind of exaggerating with anything. We've obviously been shut down for new applications in the last week, so that's why the growth has slowed, because it's not possible to bring on new users. So we're at 550,000 new members. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand over to our CTO, Azim, who I really don't know if he's had any sleep the last week. It's been incredible how much work he's done moving this migration over for the PandaApp 2.0. And I just want to say before I hand to Azim is that all of the screens that we're going to show you for the new app have already been approved by Google and iOS. And the main reason for the delay from the timeline that we've said is we've lost about 72 hours, believe it or not, because of the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Google came to us. We use Google Firebase, which is really about syncing people's contacts. And they come to us and said, hey, what are you doing to KYC all these people? Because we've noticed you've got a lot of members in Russia. And we said, well, you know, one of our core values is privacy and security. So we're not going to hand over people's details. In fact, we don't take people's names and store that sort of stuff. And so what we did was we moved over, we applied and we purchased the Microsoft SQL package so that we could just go ahead with maintaining our records with email address and phone number without having to supply people's names and that sort of thing. So that's the reason for the delay. And we're proud that we've been able to do that and to stick strong to our core values. So with that, Azim, I would love to hand over to you, and you can talk through these different screens, the screenshots, and let people know what each of them is about for the new app that people will be seeing. And then I've got some questions for you at the end.
Sure. So thank you so much, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome everyone to this corporate update call. Yes, it's been really exciting to get this Bentley 2.0 version in place. We have successfully migrated all the data that we had in the beta version. Now, all the data which is there right now, which you are using, including all the 117 million transaction records. When I say 117 million transaction records, this is every half an hour, the tokens being distributed to each and every one who's using the PunkPanda chat application. Now, for in the next 72 hours and on, we would be seeing the new screens. Now, these screens are already been approved by Google. So we'll just go one by one. Now, you can see there's a lot of difference between the old app, I mean, the current app that you're using and the next app that's coming, because biggest important challenge was it's not just for the sake of tokens that somebody should be using the Panda chat application, but it should be user-friendly and it should be a world-class application which is easy to use. So let's see screen by screen how this Bentley 2.0 will work. Marcus, if you can help me with changing the screens, then I think we can help. See, this will be the first welcome screen when you go on to download the app. Okay, the next screen would be like sign up and sign in. Now, most of the people, because you are already registered with the chat application, so you would be hitting the sign in button, not the sign up. The sign up will be for the new registrants who would download the application. Now, this is the look and feel of this. So sign in is more important. Now, once you hit the sign in button, immediately it would be asking you for your email ID. Okay, most of the people have their email IDs on record. And even if you don't have your email ID on record, you can just enter your email ID. After you enter the email ID, in case your email ID is not yet in the database, okay, in the next screen, once you enter your existing email ID or a new email ID, you would be sent an OTP, okay? And along with the OTP, if you enter the mobile number, now this is for the current users. You already have the app, you have registered using your mobile number. So you can enter your mobile number. This is going to sync your new email ID and the mobile number. And this mobile number, when you enter it, it will not send out an OTP. It is just for syncing all your contact lists. Now, this is how you do the sign in. Okay, for the new people, when you invite somebody into PunkPanda, now what's going to happen is they would be using your invitation code. Now, the advantage is the moment they input the invitation code or the code that you gave and hit on the check button, the name would be displayed. So the person who is registering for the first time would be seeing the name as well. So there is no confusion in this. Okay, so once you input the invitation code and once they hit on the check button, there would be a name display, the name that you would be having on your app. Okay, your name or whatever name that you put, maybe it's some PunkPanda, Rockstar, or your real name, whatever that you input on the app. Once I enter your invitation code and hit the check button, at the bottom it will display the name, so that there will be no more emails to change. People come back saying that we have been into the wrong team, we have entered the wrong invitation code. Now this is going to go away. This is where we enter the invitation code, and it will show you the name of the person who has this invitation code. So these after that, once you come onto the screen, this is how the screen is going to look. There is this chat option, all your contacts, whoever has downloaded the PunkPanda app, they would be seen here. Suppose somebody has got a profile pic, that profile pic would be seen here. So the chat, this would be the home screen of the chat application. Can we go to the next slide, sir? Yeah, now this is how the chat would look, pretty neat and clean. Okay, in this, what all options are available? Now, for example, if you hit on, there is this video call option, which will be on the right-hand corner, the audio call option. Now, there is something that we have done, which is not in the current app. The new app would be having so many other features, which we can see in the next slide. That's this. You can attach documents, you can send videos, images, audio, and also location service. And you also can share the contacts with everybody like we do on the other chat applications. Now, these are pretty cool features. And also for the chat, what we have done is, we have added some stickers, we have added some Jiffy images, and so many things that you can share on the normal chat. Now, these are right now, whatever the stickers that you see are limited, but there'll be more number of stickers, more number of GIFs, and more emojis that would be added to this chat application. And apart from this, you have the status field. Now, this is something that you don't have on the current app. On the new app, you can have the status. You can upload your video, your photograph, and anything, and you can share your status with all the contacts. Now, this is the video and voice calls, all the history of whatever calls and video calls that you have done, that you can see it in one shot, whether it's a voice call or a video call. And last but not the least, we have this the complete settings. In this page, you can edit your profile, you can change your display name, photograph, then the wallet, whatever coins that you are receiving. Then you have something called a rating an app. Now, once we pick up the rating from here, it makes us feel good and look good on all the app stores. Now, the next one is the notifications. Now, this is something that's really new in the chat application, like whatever messages that or whatever news that the corporate guys want to tell you, or there is some new event that's coming up, that would be posted here. You can check for the notifications here. So you can get all the notifications in our app itself. Right now, how we do on the Telegram, how we do it on the WhatsApp, updating about the corporate, the same thing will come into your chat application. You just go hit on the notifications button. You can see the new things about the app, about PunkPanda, about the token, about the listing, and so many other things that would come up. And in this, once you enter your right phone number, you have this invite friends option, which is easy. It's very syncing, very smooth. Okay, so this is how the app will look. This is the color. These are user-friendly buttons, and a lot of fancy stuff has been added into this. All the end-to-end calls that you make, whether it's a voice call or whether it's a video call, it is completely into encryption. And when you hit on invite friends, it will automatically send the code to them. If there is a link, once you hit on invite friends, you can send the invitation using Telegram, using email, using SMS, using WhatsApp, or so many other applications that would be installed on your phone. So now this is simple screens. It's easy to understand. We don't need any hardcore training for it. It's as easy as, the screens are self-explanatory. So That's how the app looks. And all these are approved. All these are approved by Google. They are approved by iOS. So there is no change in it. Okay, all the fancy stuff that we are seeing here, it's already approved. So in the next 72 hours, we'll have this app being updated. You can use it. And that was a challenge that was given by the corporate that, this app should be user friendly. And really, we love this app now because these are the screens that are the practical, the screens that you have seen. It is the same thing that when you download it from the Google Play Store or the iOS, this is what you would see. It's all self-explanatory. It's very easy. There is no confusion whether giving out the invitation code. How do I enter the invitation code? Once you enter the invitation code, the name of the person is displayed. So this clears all the confusions. Okay. So that's about it, sir, from me.
Azim, I'm absolutely panda pumped. I'm almost about to pee my pants. So let's go. Thank you so much for your hard work. But I've got just 5 questions for you, Azim, which I know some people are going to ask. So the first question is, so when do we expect this app to be available? I know we don't control the process, but what would be your expectation where people can go to the stores and download the new app?
A great question, sir. Had this been a very new brand app, it would be available within few hours. But we have this 550,000 data, okay, and that's not an issue with the data. It's an issue with, from so many days, for every half an hour, we have been issuing tokens. The PPM tokens are being issued to each and every user, and 117 million transactions. 117 million transactions are being synced. Okay, so what we have done is we have asked the old app to be withheld. So that's going to shut down. It's a UTC minus 11 and a half hours. So maybe, from this meeting time, I think 3 to 4 hours, the app will be gone from the Google Store. The reason being, we have to sync all the transaction details. Right now on your app, you can see what is your balance. What is your token balance? Okay. Now syncing of this to the new app, because once we're speaking about the new app, when we say new, it's not like it's just an update. For the Google Play Store, for the iOS, it's an update. But what actually is happening is the complete database is moved. The complete application has been integrated to the existing one. So that's the only delay. And we have some KYC rules, KYC norms that we are following, which has come up unexpectedly, because most of our users, I would say 70% of our users are from Russia, and we do not collect any phone numbers. We do not collect any KYC. So we have to adhere to Google privacy policy, to Apple privacy policy. That's the reason there is a 72 hours delay. I think mostly maybe in the next 2 to 3 days, we would be seeing these screens. This app would be right there. And all the members who have already registered, you need not register again. It's already there. Okay. So I think, sir, 72 hours, maybe 1 or just a few hours plus minus, because there's nothing in our hands. I mean, we have done all the work. We have re-engineered this PunkPanda Bentley 2.0, and we have submitted it to Google and iOS.
Okay, so 72 hours, so that'll be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we could be looking at Monday, Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah, obviously, we're in their hands. So at that point, where will people be able to download the app?
See, the app would be available on the Play Store, on the Apple Play Store, on the Google Play Store, and also for the Android. The extra benefit what we are trying to get out of Android is we would be keeping the APK file download on our website as well.
Okay,
so whether you download it from our website, whether from Google Play Store for the Android, it would be the same application.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I understand that once the app is available to either download or update, there's going to be some sort of a delay between the usability of the app features and the syncing of the wallet. Is that right?
Yes, it is just for the first few hours. It's like what would happen is once you download the new app, what you will need to do is you will need to delete the old app, which is currently in your phone. Now, even if you delete, there is something called a cache that's on your phone hard drive. So it will take a few hours, like 2 to 3 hours in the beginning for you to do some voice calls and video calls. There will be a lag of like 3 seconds to 2 seconds. That's the only issue that you would be facing.
Okay.
And mostly only if you focus on that, you will be able to see that there is a lag. Most of the time it goes unnoticed.
Okay, so once the app's available to be used, there's going to be a delay on when the wallet is going to show and the token balance will show correctly. So we know there's going to be a delay, whether it's a few hours or a couple of days, it doesn't matter. We know there's a delay, and when it shows up, it will all be accurate, correct? So I know people are asking, one of the features that was really not good with the beta app was the ability to create a group chat. And then, once the group chat was created, people couldn't add any more people. What's going to be the situation with the 2.0 for group chat?
2.0 is, it has addressed this issue, sir, because we have picked up this issue from the parent app. So group chat is going to be really wonderful. So there will be no issues. All the admins can add people, we can remove people, and we can, it's really smooth on version 2.0.
Fantastic. I know that's going to be a popular thing. So now what sort of, and I know you just did touch on it, but I was kind of thinking about something else. What potential challenges can you expect when releasing any new messaging app? What are there any potential challenges people could expect? And then how will they improve if that is the case?
It's very simple, but since right now we do not verify your mobile numbers, there might be a chance that people input a wrong mobile number. See, for the email, we would send you an OTP. So definitely you input the OTP so your email ID is properly synced. But when it comes to the mobile number, we are not doing any mobile number verification. If you do not enter the correct mobile number, what's going to happen is your contact list would not be synced. Say, for example, my number, say if it's 12345 and it's saved on your mobile, okay. But if I put my mobile number as say like 0123, okay, even if I download the chat application, I would not show up in your contact list because I have entered the wrong phone number. That's the only thing. And mostly because it's for your contact list, people, I would say that you should enter the right mobile number. And only the number that you enter, only the contacts in that mobile number will show up on your chat application.
Okay, so that's a user error issue. So basically people have to enter their cell phone number correctly. That's not really an issue with the app, that's user error. Now, I do understand as soon as the app becomes available, there's going to be tens of thousands of people in there, testing it, playing around with it. And I think there could be some video call lag in the beginning. Is that right?
Yes,
what's
yes,
happening?
Video call lag, because first time when you do a video call from your mobile number, there is a unique token that's generated. Now, this is with all the chat applications. So first time when your token is generated, now the problem is we do not store any of your messages. We do not track you, and we do not have any kind of control on your messages, on the images that you send. We don't have access to your calls. Though there are so many chat applications that that say that they are end-to-end encrypted, they back up all your messages, they back up all your images, they back up all your geographical locations. But PunkPanda does not do it because privacy is most important. That's the reason first time when you do a video call, instead of generating a token based on your location, we generate a once in a lifetime token. So that's a technical thing. So once the token is generated, it sits on your hard drive on your mobile phone. Okay, that will take time to sync, and that will clear out the noise, that will clear out the lag in video calls. That's the only issue that I can see here.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I know there's a lot of other questions that people are asking about functionality of the app. We're not going to go into all of them now because we need to have Azim's time and priority to actually getting the app up and running. But we will absolutely do a question and answer around the different features and functionalities of the app, whether it's next week or whenever the timing is right. And listen, the reality is that whether we've answered all these questions now or not, as soon as the app's ready, you'll know what the features are. You go and you use it, and our goal is that we shouldn't have to tell you how to use an app. It should be that well put together that it's intuitive. You know, it's like falling off a log. It doesn't take too much instructions. So the one last question, Azim, I'd love to ask is, you know, what are the safety, privacy, and encryption protocols that are going to be relevant with this 2.0 app?
Okay, now regarding encryption, sir, based on the latest privacy policy, or the latest standard operating procedures of this industry, whenever there is a chat application, it's a common thing now to use an encryption. When we say encryption, it's like, you know, suppose it's between two users. Now, two users do a video call, or two users do a message, or they do a voice call, send out images. It's between these two. So using an encryption and a salt key means that, you know, a hacker cannot exactly hack you, hack your phone, or they cannot hack our servers. The main thing is, you know, they cannot hack into our servers, because every message that you send across, it's between two devices, and it is encrypted messaging. That's what we call. Now, in our case, what we also have, I mean, the best thing is we do not store any kind of messages. Now, this can be a positive, this can be a negative. Now, say suppose I store all your messages, I store all your video calls, I store all your images. I know you in and out. Now, this is what the big guys in the industry are doing is, you know, they say it's encrypted, but they store all your messages. 2 o'clock every day, 2 a.m., there is a backup that happens. It means somebody is, you know, eyeing your data. They know what you speak. They know your location. They know your mood. Correct. Now, these things we do not do. And that's why we call it as 100% encrypted messaging communication. Reason being, even the admin sitting here, they don't have any access to your messages. They do not have access to your voice calls or video calls. Now, that's real encryption in the current scenario.
Okay, now, so what's the downside of the way we are doing it to protect people's privacy and security? What's the downside?
The downside is, you know, when you change your mobile number, or when you change your handset, you know, we would not be able to give you your backup data, because we do not store your data. That's as simple as that.
Okay, fantastic.
Somebody, sir, it's like this. If I store your data, I know what Marcus sir is speaking to Albert sir. I can listen through everything. I can read through all the messages. Then there is it would not be called as a secured app. It would be a secured app for the company. But here, when we speak about PunkPanda, when we say privacy and security, it's between the sender and the receiver. Nobody else, including the creator, including the admin, including the server maintenance guys, nobody have this access. So what I would say is, don't use this as a storage facility. Like, you know, don't look at PunkPanda chat as a storage facility where you can store your photographs, store your voice files, store your video files, or your screenshots. This is a chat application. Use it as a chat application itself. Now, when you change your handset, you might not have access to the images, to the voice calls that you have done using your old mobile. Okay. Yeah. Now, this is, we can take it as positive or negative, but that's how PunkPanda chat application is. This is a real-time chat application.
So in simple terms, if people want to change over to a new phone, just understand that all of the images and files that you've sent through the PunkPanda application, we're not keeping them for you, right? Because we don't want access to all of your information. So anything that you're sharing, all you need to do is store it on your actual phone, store it in your photographs, store it in your files, store it somewhere if you want to keep it. That is not in the Panda app. That's pretty simple, right? And then when you change phone, you can back up all of your photographs, all your files, however you want to do it, because ultimately, you know, the companies that are storing your data, if they have a data breach, then whoever's breached and hacked into their system takes everybody's information, right? And that's why you're getting all these scam text messages and people promoting stuff to you, because different companies are either on purpose or by default leaking your information out to people who you don't want to have that information. So with that, Azim, thanks so much for your time today.
So the only information that the PunkPanda chat would have forever is your email ID and your token balance. Even if you change your phone number, you lose your phone number, you lose out, you lost your number forever, still your tokens are safe, and that is our lookout. So that's one good news. That is all we store. We store your transaction records. We store how much you're getting paid for every 30 minutes. We store how much you have withdrawn, how much you have staked, how much you have unstaked, right from day one, from the time you have downloaded the app till date. That's the record that we would be storing, sir. Apart from that, nothing. Perfect. Thank you, Marcus, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to all.
Thank you, Azim. It's been very exciting. I really appreciate everything you and all your different teams are doing. So, there are different features that we will be adding to the app. We're not going to talk about them now because what we've learned so far is every time we talk about something that's not here yet, every 5 minutes, some Panda Palooka jumps into the Telegram group going, is it here yet? Is it here yet? Has the baby been born yet? Well, how about you just use what's there to start with, which is all the basic features. And then as we add new ones, we'll announce them. Never in the history of PunkPanda have we released something and not told the entire community the minute it's available. So that's how updates work. When there's an update, we'll give it to you. You don't have to come to us and just keep Panda pecking at us, because we want to tell you about the updates. We want to tell you when things are ready. So jumping in there and asking every 5 minutes is not going to have the baby born quicker. I can tell you right now, you'll just get kicked out of the room. So with that, Azim, thanks so much. Albert, I know where you are. You don't have great reception, but just in case, if there's anything you want to add, please jump in and add that now for yourself. Otherwise, I'll throw back to TW to close out the call.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the kind of guy that gets excited when they tell me there's eggs for breakfast. So I always look at everything on a very positive note. And like Marcus, I've learned my lesson over the last 6 months about technology and that it just never quite happens on time. Yet, we announced to everybody that this would be an end of February project, 18 days. If you would have told me, and within the next 72 hours, it looks like we're going to be crossing the finish line. If you would have told me 6 months ago that the idea that we had behind this app and the things that we'd be able to accomplish on this app were 72 hours away from March 18th, and having the likes of Jedi Josh with us, having the likes of a publicly traded company CEO partnering with us, having the likes of crypto.com tapping us on the shoulder, the fantastic leaders that we have, probably at least 5, maybe 10 of the top 100 leaders in the world ready to go out and promote this. I would have taken it every single day of the week. So wherever you are, whenever you started with PunkPanda, you should be sitting there and just completely smiling right now. Our listing is about a month away. Our app is about 72, maybe even up to 96 hours away, and away we go. So with that, let me turn it back over to you, and you can hand it off to TW.
Absolutely, Albert. Well said, sir. Appreciate all your hard work and everything you've done along the way, as well as the rest of the community. So with that, TW, hand it back to you for any closing comments, sir.
Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Azim. Thank you, Albert. And thank you to all the leaders out in PunkPanda land. All over the world, we are at the finish line. We are getting closer and closer and closer. The most important thing is this right here. We did it together. That's the most important thing. We all did this together. So this is not an accomplishment for Marcus, Albert, TW, Azim, or any of the leaders. This is an accomplishment for our community. This shows what people can do when we get together with one goal in mind, is to help other people. That is what we've done. That is what we'll continue to do. And that is what I want to leave you guys with in this update tonight. Thank you, guys. We love you. Let's unmute everybody and allow everybody to say good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hang on, I asked everybody to unmute and then someone mute.
Oh, somebody muted you guys.
Good night.
All right.
Good night,
everyone.
Good night.
Good morning.
Everyone.
Bye.
Good
Bye.
morning.
Night.
Yeah.
Night from London, Ontario.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Good
Night
evening.
from Nanaimo.
Bye, PunkPanda.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Good morning,
Night.
everybody.
Thank you very much.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Night.
night.
Night. Good
See
night.
them.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
ஒரு கண்டில குட் நைட் சொல்றான், ஒருத்தன் குட் ஈவினிங் சொல்றான், ஒருத்தன் குட் மார்னிங்
Right,
சொல்றான்.
everybody, Punk Panda out. Yippee!